This is K-Pop Sunday, brought to you by K-Pop Sunday before you have to go back to work on Monday. We are your hosts, Onyx,
Min,
and JR.
Welcome to episode 13. It's April. So today we're gonna be talking about April. Both April, the girl group, as well as some other groups called April that you may not have heard of. We're specifically gonna be talking about April 2nd, because they're a fascinating indie group, and they were the first other Korean group we found that was also called April. So let's start off with the pop indie rock band April 2nd.
First, I'm going to talk about their pre-debut and give you a mini summary about them. In 2008, Moon Dae-kwang and Shin Jae-young formed the band Blue Star while they were still in high school. They later recruited Kim Kyung-hee as their vocalist and Moon Woo-gun as their bassist, and they became the band we know today, April 2nd. All of the members are from Daejeon except for Kyungi, who is from Jeocheon. The name April 2nd comes from the band being formed on April 2nd, 2010. They started playing at clubs and doing street performances in Daejeon. Shin Jae-young later had to leave the band due to health reasons and was replaced by Cho Sung-yo. They are currently under Chili Music Korea alongside other indie bands such as Huckleberry Finn and Trey Bonbon.
April 2nd debuted with the single and EP Shibuya 34 Degrees only 6 months after the group was formed. And this was in August of 2010. Between 2011 and 2013, they didn't actually release any music, but that didn't mean that they weren't active as a group. They did many performances and started appearing at music festivals, like the Daejeon Sound Festival. And they got a lot of popularity through their performance at the Busan Zero Festival. So in 2014, they released a couple of digital singles and followed them by releasing their very first album, Plastic Heart, in September of 2014, with the title track Baby Baby. And the album was also engineered by Nam Yeon Kim of Third Line Butterfly. A lot of indie artists worked together. In the following years, they released lots more singles and also started contributing to a lot of original soundtracks for dramas, such as One More Happy Ending and Jealousy Incarnate, which they both worked on in 2016. Also in 2016, they released their second album, Super Sexy Party Dress, with the title track Let's Talk. Following this album release, they went on their very first solo tour in Korea, and also, of course, appeared on many festivals in Korea, such as the Green Plug Festival, Busan Rock Festival, and Nanjang Sound Festival. And in the years following this, they released many more singles and worked on so many drama OSTs. And their most recent release, that wasn't the drama release, was their second EP, Colors, with the title track Guess What, which came out in 2019. And they're still active and making music today. So now that we've talked about a indie group, let's go over to the more well-known girl group, known as April.
To give a quick overview of the group April, it is currently a 6-member group consisting of Chaekyung, Chaewon, Naan, Yena, Rachel, and Jinseo, and they are housed under DSP Media. According to a Korea Herald article, their name has 2 meanings: that the group will be as fresh and warm as the month of April, and the combination of the letter A with Pril, which they say brings to mind an image of cute and lovely girls. Their fan club name is Pineapple, and as of right now, they do not have any official colors. So during their pre-debut era, DSP Media, who was home to both Finkel and Kara, were branding April as the next generation of girl groups. The announcement for the group was made in February of 2015, and then in July of the same year, teasers and logos were released. The logo was actually made through an open contest, which is a pretty cool fact. The girls debuted on August 24th, 2015 with their EP Dreaming and the title track Dream Candy. At this time, the group consisted of Somin, who was the leader, Chaewon, Hyunju, Naan, Yena, and Jinseo. That same day, a showcase was held through the Vee Live app. In October, the girls started their first reality show called Here Goes April, in which they went through various challenges. This was Somin's only release with the group before departing on November 9th, 2015. It was thought that she would become a soloist after leaving, but she later debuted in another DSP Media group called Card about a year and a half later. The girls were supportive of Somin's departure, saying they would continue to cheer her on.
Oh,
I know.
That's actually really sweet.
I know. Yeah. I felt bad reading it.
The fact that they're like, you know what, it's okay that you're not a part of us. Yeah, that's adorable. That's sweet.
Following this lineup change, the group released a single album called Boing Boing with the title track Moi, and then a special album Snowman in December. The group had a bit of a break before holding their first event of 2016, which was a mini concert on Valentine's Day. A few days later, on February 18th, 2016, the group won the Girl Group Rookie of the Year award at the Korean Entertainment Awards. A couple months later, they made their third comeback with the EP Spring and the title track Tinkerbell. Member Hyunju was absent from most of the promotions during this time due to health issues. This was also to be her last release with the group. On August 21st, they held their first ever solo concert called Dreamland. Hyunju was absent from this as well. Hyunju left April on October 29, 2016, citing the reasons as health issues and wanting to pursue an acting career. 2 new members were announced to be added to the lineup, former Parity member Chae Kyung and a trainee named Rachel.
And then it happened. On January 3rd, 2017, the group released their third EP, Prelude, making it their first comeback with the newly added members. The title track was called April's Story. And kind of a cool story about April's Story, there was an article about how they listened to the demo for the song and they thought, this is going to be our song. So they really had positive feelings towards that. Just kind of a cute side story. But on April 4th, the group's second reality show, A If Real, started airing. This one on Mnet's digital channel M2. The second variety show aired in May, entitled April's Secret on Naver TV. Their second single album, Mayday, was released on May 29th with the title track Mayday. It was performed alongside the song Lovesick. This was actually rebranded from Sting, a song which helped promote A If Real. September 20th, they made their last comeback of 2017 with the EP Eternity and the track Take My Hand. It debuted at number 7 on the Gaon album chart. In January of 2018, it was revealed that Jinsol and Nan would come together for a subunit. Their single, My Story, was released on February 7th. On March 12th, their 5th EP, The Blue, was released along with the title track, The Bluebird, which is kind of an eerie song, so please listen to it. They made their official Japanese debut on April 25th, with a Japanese version of Tinkerbell. They made their last comeback of 2018 with The Ruby and the title track, Oh, My Mistake. This comeback showed them taking on a more mature concept.
The group was fairly quiet for most of 2019, except for releasing an OST for the drama My Strange Hero entitled Magic Dream. Coming to the present time, there were reports of a comeback for spring, but given the pandemic at the moment, it has been postponed until further notice. Besides being part of a girl group, some of the members have also started a career in acting. Nayeon, Chaekyung, Chaewon, and Jinsol have all acted in various web dramas and K-dramas. Yena and Rachel both hosted the EBS show Operation to Rescue the Song, and Rachel is also a trained ballerina, which you can see in the teaser for April's Story.
Speaking of ballet, let's pirouette into talking about the other groups named April.
First off, we have the very short-lived girl group called APRILKISS, who in 2011 released the single Hello Bus, and that was their only ever release. Next up, we have April Days and April Piano, who both release piano instrumentals. Then we have the female solo indie singer called April. She released her very first single in 2009, but didn't start releasing music regularly until 2015. And her most recent singles came out in 2017, being Pretty Brown Dog, Happy Every Day, and At First Sight. Another female indie singer is April Shower. She released her first single last year in 2019 with I Will Go, and she also has a very active SoundCloud. There's also an indie duo with the name April Shower, who's making YouTube covers, and has released 2 singles under Purple Pine Entertainment, with the most recent one being Dust Star, which came out in 2019. The last indie group I want to mention is 5 April. They only released 2 songs, all the way back in 2016, and the songs were Rage Inducing and Early Bird. They're both very chill and nice to listen to. The very last group I want to talk about is a band, specifically a metalcore band called 18 April. They made their debut back in 2014 with the EP End of the New World, and in 2019 they released their very first album called Voices with the single Dreamer. And that was all the extra Aprils I had to tell you about today, so let's move on to the trivia question.
So, for the trivia question, on April 11th, 1992, this legendary group had their television debut on an NBC music show, but do you know who they are? If you do, please contact us on any of our social media platforms and we'll give you a shout out in the next episode.
Let's jump over to the song of the day. Today, April 5th, all the way back in 1999, Shinhwa released their second album, T.O.P., or Twinkling of Paradise, with the title track, Twinkling of Paradise. Fun fact about this song is that the girl group, SES, later released a cover of this song on their Japanese album Prime, and Twinkling of Paradise have been covered by very many K-pop artists in the years since its release, including SNSD, Super Junior, and BTS. In 2011, on April 5th, the punk band No Brain released their sixth album, High Tension, with the single Necktie. I would highly recommend you go check out all of No Brain's music videos because they're really funny most of the time. And also punk music is great. In 2013, the very short-lived boy band Pure debuted with the album I Still Love You, which had the title track I Still Love You. But only a year after this release, the group was disbanded. And lastly, in 2015, former 15N member Park Jimin released her debut solo single, Hopeless Love.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, then be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and tell your friends about us. If you want to interact with us or find more of our content, then you can follow us on Twitter at KPopSunbays, or see different content on our Tumblr pages, which will be in the show notes along with the sources used for this episode. Our next episode comes out on April 26th, 2020, so please look out for that. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.